policy isn't working. But we all knew that it wouldn't because it's taxes on the American people. And it's a hidden tax on the American people, and then they're lying about it all at the same time. So, of course, the tyrannical tariffs weren't going to work. Duh. Some more news is that one of the governors at the Federal Reserve has stepped down, so Donald Trump will be able to appoint someone to the Federal Reserve. A lot of MAGAs cheering this. Yay! Donald Trump's going to get to nominate someone at the Federal Reserve, but not the Fed chair. So, I mean, I guess this person, the governor, will have influence at the Fed, but we'll see how that goes. Let's see, what are the other distractions of today? There's so many distractions that are happening because he wants to keep Epstein out of the story. He wants to keep Epstein out of the story. But we're going to go through Ghislaine Maxwell breaking BOP policy, by the way. It is BOP policy. That's the Bureau of Prisons. So here's how it goes. When someone gets convicted of a federal crime, the DOJ prosecutes them, the court system tries them, and then a magistrate will sentence them. Now that sentence is then sent to the BOP, the Bureau of Prisons, and they figure out how to carry out that judge's sentence. Now, it is BOP's policy that sex offenders not be in low-security prison camps.
So what I'm doing is Fennel, right? You grab a Fennel. It's kind of a slow process, but you grab a Fennel. Then what you do is you go up to where the seeds are, right? You grab that, and then you pinch it, right? Pinch, right? And that way you keep what the seeds are on. You do. Grab this, right? Reach up and just move your fingers forward, pinching the seeds. Fennel seeds go in there. Grab a new one. Grab a new one. Right? Make sense? I'm listening to Tony Michaels. I like this guy.
That's the thing. So we're going to talk about that a bit, of how that works, and why I actually think that it is possible that they are setting up Maxwell to smuggle her across the border.
What do you think?
I think they want her to disappear, and maybe that's the easiest way to get Ghislaine Maxwell to disappear. So we'll talk about that. So we got plenty of stuff to cover today. It's Friday, and by the time we get to Monday, it'll probably be way worse, way bigger mountain of bullshit. So you know what? Let's just get into it.
Fennel. Looks like dill, but it's fennel.
All right, let's start with this Maxwell story being moved from a federal prison.
It looks very similar, but this is fennel.
A federal prison camp in Texas. This was confirmed by the Bureau of Prisons earlier today. Let's see here. Under the standard Bureau of Prisons policy, inmates with convictions for serious sex offenses, especially those involving minors, which would be Maxwell's case, are typically ineligible for placement in minimum security prison camps. However, there are exceptions and loopholes that seem to be what's happening in Maxwell's case. Let's go over those few here. The minimum, let's see if we can find this.
Little lines off here.
It's called a public safety factor.
Kind of a pain.
Now, I don't know if you guys are aware of this,
but I find this is the best way.
A lot of the prison camps in the United States of America, the federal prison camps, do not even have fences around them. The doors aren't locked. The inmates can come and go. It's kind of the honor system. These are low security risk inmates. And by low security risk, I mean they're low security risk of escaping. They don't want them to escape. It's a prison. So a lot of times, if you go to like a state property or a federal property, and you see people in either green or gray or even orange type wear, and they're mowing or weed eating, Those are typically the prison camp inmates. Those are the ones that are the trustees. In other words, they kind of trust them to go outside the prison walls and take care of the other prison properties. That's what you do is you have prison labor take care of the prison property. You don't like hire it out.
So I got to go at 2:00. My alarm should actually be going off at 2:00. I'm going to the community and picking up a letter, and then I'm going to City Hall. So basically, I'm trying to relocate these foxes so they don't get killed. There's a whole bunch of foxes. All right. And they're tearing up the levee. And right now I'm just doing the fennel, collecting my fennel. Kind of an art. It's a pain in the ass to do. Fennel, like dill. I guess dill. Do you ever do dill? Is there a secret way? The secret way? I find the best way is to just pull your fingers up to the top and then pinch, so that you're pushing, forward on it, and it pops all the seeds off. Or there's a machine that does it.
Pay decent money. You pay rock bottom wages, right? I mean, just enough so that you don't have to call them slaves.
Like places like Alabama, they like pay these guys like 30 cents, prisoners fed.
Pretty much our system. But according to the BOP program, the Inmate Security Designation and Custody Classification Manual, sex offenders, especially those convicted of crimes involving minors, usually receive a PSF that disqualifies them from camp placement. Specific PSF is called sex offender and requires assignment to at least a low security facility, not a camp. Now, here's the difference between, again, a low security and a minimum security camp. The low security has controlled movement. They still have controlled movement. Like, there's a certain amount of time that the inmates can move from one place to another. In a camp, there is not a lot of controlled movement. There is almost zero controlled movement. As a matter of fact, they can move around out throughout the prison or throughout their barracks as they wish. And that's the other thing, too, is in most of these camps, it's not a cell-type setting where you have a prison cell. You're more inside of a unit where in your unit there is barracks, bunk beds. It's kind of like when you go to a military camp. So, very similar to that. But it looks like BOP has overrode the PSF to put her in this camp. The Bureau can override the PSF under certain circumstances. This is rare and requires approval from the Designation or Sentence Computation Center, the DSCC. Her conviction was strategically classified. Though she was convicted of trafficking minors for sex, it's possible that the BOP coded it in a way that didn't trigger PSF, which is highly controversial and possibly improper. Political and legal intervention, given that Maxwell's high-profile connections and recent reported cooperation with the DOJ, it's possible outside pressure, wonder from where, or negotiations influenced the decision. Now, let's talk about where she was moved from and where she was moved to. Now, we know that Ghislaine Maxwell is a flight risk or an escape risk. 100% an escape risk. I don't know if you know this, but before she was arrested after Jeffrey Epstein suicided himself in the missing 3 minutes from the Trump prison where it's pretty clear that someone probably had him offed. Couldn't tell you who it could be. Boy, I'd give you one fucking guess if you want. Put it in the chat.
Who do you think killed Epstein?
After Jeffrey Epstein had suicided himself inside the federal lockup, waiting trial, Ghislaine Maxwell was off the map, off the grid.
Oh, fuck no.
They found her, I think, in
Should I do it
Connecticut
again?
or New Hampshire, one of the New England states, right? And it was she even had apparently reportedly tinfoil wrapped around her cell phone, which is kind of weird. Normally innocent people don't wrap their cell phones in fucking tinfoil, right? Am I right? I don't know. I walk around with tinfoil on my phone all the time. It's just a normal thing. But the point is that she was hiding from the authorities. They could not find her. She was in a safe house. Well, it's really hard to go from Florida to Mexico, a safe house in Mexico, right? But it's a lot easier to go from Texas to a safe house in Mexico. Wouldn't you think? Do you think? Now, I'm talking about tinfoil on your cell phone. I'm putting tinfoil on my head here. But here's the thing. If they're going to commute or pardon Maxwell, she could walk from the prison, okay? They would just, let her out. Well, once they get the proper paperwork that they can release her, that BOP can release her because she has either received a commutation of her sentence or a pardon for her sentence, they have to let her out of the prison. Out the front door. Now, the problem is that there's some states that are ready to prosecute her. There's some state attorney generals that are like, hey, man, if this motherfucker pardons her and lets her out, we will charge her with state crimes. She can't go to London. She can't go back to the UK. She probably can't go to most European countries because her and Jeffrey Epstein were traveling all over the world, sex trafficking these little girls all over the world. So she's really kind of up a shit creek no matter where she goes as far as the law is concerned. So her best chance is to find a safe house if she's pardoned or her sentence is commuted. Now, where would you go? Well, one of the best places to go is probably south.
Thanks, Sydney, for pointing that out.
I mean, whenever someone's in trouble, right? America's Most Wanted, they're always in a fucking, a beat up, like a 1971 Chevelle convertible where the top barely goes on or comes off, barely goes up and down, and it's an old fucking rust bucket. It's smoking like a goddamn barbecue grill. And they're driving towards the southern border. That's the vision in my head of a fucking movie. You know what I mean? Someone breaks out of prison. They're going to get to Mexico. Or they're charged with a crime. They're going to get to fucking Mexico. That's the whole deal. But, but here you have.
Yeah, I mean, it's stupid. I mean, it really is fucking stupid. You know what it signals to me? That Trump's not leaving. Why would Trump build, right, a $200 million gold leaf ballroom if he's leaving? Dude, it's not gonna be completed in time. Right? It's not gonna be completed. You think that thing's gonna be ready in 4 years? Fuck no. What does that mean? He's planning to stay longer. It's a sign, his arrogant sign, in a way communicating that I'm not leaving. It's a subtle communication, right, that I'm not leaving. A signaling. We call that signaling. He's signaling his intention. That's what it means, right? Agree, disagree? What do you think? Because there won't be elections. Because like any good old dictator, like Putin did, There was term limits on Putin. Did he fucking leave? He's already talking expenditure. Oh, we can't have elections. There's a national emergency. We're gonna have to postpone elections. You know, we're not gonna take it. Sorry. What are you gonna do? You've got an additional 10 to 20,000 ICE agents. You have a police state in America bigger than the Marines, right? Better armed than the Marines. Masked thugs, Gestapo running around America. How are you going to stop it if he decides to stay? And his ballroom is just that. It's in a way, it's a symbol, a signal to his stakeholders what it means. We're building a ballroom. I'm not leaving. I don't know. Did Trudeau stay? Did he stay longer? Did Trudeau stay longer? I didn't know it was where he stayed longer. He left, didn't he? Yeah, I'm a lesbian trapped in a man's body. I'm a lesbian trapped in a man. I got a nice little squishy body. I'm the happiest lesbian on the planet. God damn, I get a male body. Don't be jealous. I know you come in here because you're horny for me. All you closeted MAGAs with your daddy issues. I want White House babies right now. What the fuck does that mean? Yeah, they fucking build it so it collapses. Could that be funny? Like the guy's putting screws in, and he's putting the screws in, but he's over torquing them, and they're breaking off. Oh my god, that would be hilarious. I'm Tampon Tim too. S dot Tampon Tim too right here. Tampon Tim too. I'm a proud Tampon Tim too. Thank you. I love it when people say I look like Tim Walz. He's like the greatest governor ever. White guy for Walz. Definitely. Dot. Definitely. I do not take offense. People call me Tampon Tim. I really like it. Just call me Tampon Tim 2. Right? Tampon Tim 2 right here. But, you know, there was no tampons in guys. There was no tampons in guys' bathrooms. You know that's a lie, right? Well, Fennel's amazing. Fennel's Fennel's so strong. He would have been a great VP. And he'd make a good president. Dude, we need someone like Tampon Tim. We need him running for president. Fuck VP, dude. I mean, he's coming out and speaking the way we need our politicians to speak, you know. You know, he would be a good president. He should run. I like him. I like him all the way. You know, what he's done for the people of Minnesota, if he did that for Americans, imagine men getting maternity leave. Imagine as a guy, you got maternity leave, you know, so you can spend some time with your child. Imagine all kids in America getting school lunches, you know. I mean, how can you be against that? Well, according to new research, you know, actually the Democrats, the election was stolen. Supposedly, I heard a guy saying that there was an NSA or CIA guy operative saying he's willing to testify Congress about the election being stolen by the Republicans. So I don't know. It sounded kind of hokey to me personally, but I just heard some guy talking about it today. Yeah, tell me about Ultrafy. Is there like a link to a YouTube video on it? I can click and play it and you guys can hear it. Well, that's what I'm saying, Roman. But we do know, source-wise, that 3,000 votes in Georgia were wiped off the rolls, and illegally, wrongfully removed. You know, people who voted their entire life got removed from the rolls. That's illegal. And now look what the Republicans are doing in Texas, right? What are they doing? Take the vote. Thanks for the likes, guys. Who's paying for the ballroom? Who's paying for the ballroom? Fucking American people are paying for it. Who do you think is paying for it? You think fucking Trump is paying for the ballroom? You think fucking Trump's gonna pay for fucking anything? You know, they got that plane. They're spending like, 200 million or whatever it is just to refit that fucking plane. I hope he flies in it. I hope it fucking blows up in air. I really do. It'll be great. He rides on that plane, and it fucking blows up. What's up, Sean? Yeah, it's a guy. Sean must be one of my gay MAGA lovers. Are you one of my lovers there, Sean? You one of my MAGA fanboys? It's actually a large. Actually, no, it is a medium. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fucking. These are mediums or larges. I don't know. I need to lose weight. I'm trying to fill out my shirt. Collecting my fennel. I'm double fisting it now. You do two hands and you pinch, and you get the fennel seeds. Or if you have dill, same thing with dill seeds. All right. I wonder if I can do quicker, right? So I've got two fingers. So what you got to do is you pinch, right? And then pinch. So I'm pinching, right? Like that. See? Got one on there. This is why fennel seeds are probably so expensive. I wonder if there's a machine that does this. Plus you got to harvest. I'm sure there's probably an agricultural machine that would do this. Yeah, we are anti-Trump here, baby. We fucking can't stand him. Let's keep listening to Michael.
You have Ghislaine Maxwell moved from Florida, I believe it was a low or a mid security prison, to I think one of 3 women's prison camps in the United States, in Texas, which is just a stone's throw from freedom for her, I guess, when they partner commute her sentence. Maybe I'm just crazy.
I think that she has a lot more. I think she has a lot more fucking evidence on Trump, and she was like, "Listen, you either make my life easier, or I'm going to start release." The letter is just the first thing. I think that's what it is. She's blackmailing the Trump administration. What do you think? You think Maxwell's blackmailing Trump? I bet she's got tapes of fucking PEDOnald with the girls is like, she's blackmailing him, dude. He is so blackmailable. I mean, even the Russians was like, we've seen the videos, we've seen the Epstein videos. Even Russia now is laying into Trump over the fucking, they're like, yeah, we got the videos. Look at that. Marx, Nazi. What's up, Marx? Look at that, going, Heil Hitler. Marx. Carney. Marx. Marx. Dude, what's it like being a Nazi? How do you, what, with what evidence there, Black? How do you think he's evidence? So let's look at this, Black. You think he's evidence? Is that
Ghislaine Maxwell possibly...
There were people who said that he raped them.
Across that infamous
Katie Johnson
southern border. So
raped the 13 years old.
In the United States, while we're bitching about people sending their criminals, they're letting them out of prisons. They're letting them out of prisons and sending them to the United States.
His voice is pretty
We're
good.
going to let Ghislaine Maxwell, the most notorious child sex trafficker in United States history, in prison right now. We're going to let her out of prison and send her across the border. It's always projection, isn't it? Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this.
We'll be right back. Mark, 60 seconds. This is the Tony Michaels Podcast.
It's the Tony Michaels Podcast, coming to you from Japan.
Are you ready for best pizza of life? All right, welcome back to the show, the Tony Michaels Podcast. This is the Tony Michaels. It is August 1st, Friday.
Tony Michaels.
17 past
Tony
the hour.
Michaels? Yeah,
Move
Tony
on,
Michaels.
To some more stories. Let's go to... I'll stay on this Epstein thing because I want to show some video of Virginia Giuffre's, Virginia Roberts' family speaking out today in an interview about Donald Trump's comments around her being stolen. Jesus Christ. This is insane.
Stolen.
That this guy is still the president of the United States.
Yeah,
it's really fucking crazy.
Fucked
He
up.
stood on a
Fucking
plane
Nazi
talking
pedo.
about his best friend of 15 years. He said he's a terrific guy, and that he stole a 16-year-old girl out of his massage parlor in his spa in Mar-a-Lago. Stole her from him, a 16-year-old girl. Now, if you think about this, how long does it take for a masseuse to get their credentials, right? A year and maybe 2? So was Donald Trump grooming these girls from 14, 15, 16 years old to be masseuse? What? Is that really what we're supposed to believe? I mean, we're supposed to believe a lot of stuff. But I mean, if that's the case, then maybe Donald Trump wasn't just on the client list. I've suggested before that it's possible that Donald Trump was providing Jeffrey Epstein access to people who would want to be on the client list through Donald Trump because of his fame and his riches, I guess, if you want to consider it that way. But what if Donald Trump was a recruiting ground? Mar-a-Lago was a recruiting ground for these sex slaves in this child sex trafficking ring. If that's the case, if that's the real case?
Not only that, you have the Trump modeling agency, the teenage Trump modeling agency that was moving girls, right? He had access to visas. Look at Melania. She got that Einstein visa. It's deep, dude. It isn't the fucking left, dude. And back then, Trump was a Democrat. Look at that. Trump was a Democrat back then. Hanging out with the other pedo. And now he's fucking running for the hills. Running for the fucking hills. Look at that. Look at Fennel. And then I can just do like this here. Look at that Fennel. In there. Trumpstein. That's good. Trumpstein. I think, you know, we're going to find out about Trump when Putin dies. Putin's the biggest laugh Putin's going to have is like, I owned your fucking president. Putin is going to have the last laugh on his deathbed. All the shit on Trump's going to come out. Putin is going to want the shit to come out. He's going to want to show that that Trump was a Manchurian candidate and that he owned him. And that's why he didn't get any tariffs. That's why, you know, and just recently he was like, we've got videos. We have the Epstein videos. When Trump starts showing his ass.
And it's out of Donald Trump's lips, his mouth. If that's the case, then he's not just on the client list. He's a sex trafficker. But this morning, Giuffre's family is speaking out and calls for more transparency on the Epstein probe. I'm going to show you some reporting from Scott McFarlane at CBS News. Here's Scott's report here on CBS News about the family speaking out.
Virginia Giuffre was one of Jeffrey Epstein's most vocal and visible victims.
Jeffrey was a sick pedophile.
Just months after her family says Giuffre died by suicide, they're speaking out after Trump said Epstein stole Giuffre from Mar-a-Lago, where she worked as a
She got
teenager.
$17 million when she killed herself.
I think so. I think that was one of the big ones. He stole her. We were shocked by it.
Him getting reelected must have really destroyed her. You know, can you imagine her abuser getting reelected?
She's not an object. She's a person.
The family's also questioning why, 2 years after Giuffre said she was recruited by Epstein's co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell at Mar-a-Lago, Trump told New York Magazine Jeffrey Epstein was a terrific guy. And it is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. The president hasn't ruled out a pardon for Maxwell, a possibility Giuffre's family blasted.
The word that comes to mind is it would be an abomination.
On Thursday, the president again faced questions about his claim Epstein stole
I gotta
Giuffre
go.
from him.
We gotta
I
go.
said, if he's taking anybody from Mar-a-Lago, he's hiring or whatever he's doing. I
Let's
didn't
go.
like it, and we threw him out.
While Giuffre's family said before she died, Giuffre pushed for all the documents in Epstein's case to be released.
She wanted the world to know what they've done to her and so many other survivors. And she had been fighting that to her very last day.
We reached out to Maxwell's defense attorney to ask if pardon negotiations are underway. The attorney did not respond. Maxwell has 12 years left remaining in her prison term for trafficking girls for sex.
Yikes! Whoosh! Oh boy! So the Roberts family is really digging into Donald Trump, and you know, I would say that they have grounds to sue. I would really say that they have grounds to sue, and the reason why they have grounds to sue Donald Trump and Mar-a-Lago and any Trump companies anywhere, I think they have the right to sue him, and the reason why is because Donald Trump has denied up until last week, up until he spoke the words that Jeffrey Epstein stole her from him. Holy shit. If you don't understand those are words of a sex trafficker, and honestly, if you're out there listening to my voice and you're still supporting Trump, you are fucking supporting a child sex trafficker.
Exactly.
That is the conclusion
Pedo
that you have
POTUS.
to draw from this. Even if that's not the full truth, you have to. How can't you assume this? I mean, we are supposed to assume just because a brown person comes here and picking lettuce, they're a fucking criminal. But we can't assume that Roberts from his massage parlor in his spa at Mar-a-Lago when she was sick.
Oh shit. This feels like good. In here, I'm at the village elder's house. So I'll be right back. Trash bag up here. All right, let me go. Be right back. T-shirt. We're headed to try to save the boxes. Some flooding in the future. Imagine, 5 years from now, it just becomes like a, that whole levee just becomes Swiss cheese because of burrows, being dug out. I'm trying to think which was the best way for me to get to where I'm going. Just this right on there. All right. So I went and got the letter, Fly. I got the letter. So now we're going to the City Hall, to the Department of Agriculture. So what I'm trying to do is get traps so I can trap the foxes, I can move the foxes, and then we can have the city repair the damage, right? So that's what we're doing right now. We got illegal foxes. This is Japan ice in action. But I'm just relocating from the town to the mountain, and they got massive burrow. Here, I'm gonna upload the video to my YouTube channel. You can look at it. I'll show you too what we're talking about. Look what I did. I missed my turn. I'll upload the video so you guys can see it.
Rich.
Processing. How you guys doing? So today I'm working through the bureaucracy. just uploaded the short. It's uploaded right now, so you can look at the short on it. Uploading. I think I don't have an issue with that. I didn't ask that question. I've been thinking about though, Fly. How do we do the traps? Should I basically put the trap at the entrance so they have to go into the trap? Should I put the trap like, you know, outside? I want to get like 5 or 6 traps. Should I bait the trap right at the entrance? They go out and they go in and get trapped that way? I mean, what do you think? What would be the best way? Because I could block up all the holes and just put a fucking trap. Or just stick the traps in the holes. I mean, the holes are big. I think the traps aren't going to be that big. I mean, the fox is like this big. I've seen the fox. About this big. About this big. How would you do the traps? I don't know if I go to City Hall first. I think I go to City Hall first. I think I'm doing it wrong. I think I go to City Hall. I think I want to go to City Hall first. I think I need to go City Hall. Let's go City Hall first and then go here, because this is where I think they're going to say you got to get permission from the City Hall. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which order. Well, okay, Agriculture Division. All right, no, I guess I go here. All right, fuck it. Let's turn around. All right. Not sure which office I should go in first. Fuck it. I don't know which office. So I go City Hall first, but they put the Mikuni Dolbuku Prefecture. I don't know. And then agriculture, I get the traps. Yeah, I'll just take a chicken. I'll take a chicken breast and just rub it all over the trap and bait it with some chicken. What do you think? Big old juicy fucking chicken. It's not gonna smell. I mean, I already pissed on their fly. I already pissed on their area, so they know my scent. I let them know. Yeah, I already sprayed them with my scent. I already let them know that Daddy's here. Daddy's coming home, and you're about to get a vigorous spanking. Yeah, they know that their den is discovered. I had the city leader in the last video come out with me, and we were walking all over their shit, dude. So That's what I'm thinking. I should just put the trap right up in it. So if they're, you know, and then they'll have to go into the trap to get out. And then block off other entrances. I could get some mesh and mesh the other entrances so they can't come out. Japanese foxes. That's the building. A building going over there. The NBA player. I travel around an NBA player. Yeah, NBA players hang out with me. This is Joe Embiid. Joe Embiid. He's always watching my stream. He's always in here just staring. No, he's not. He's fucking not building it with his own money. He's not building it with his own money, dude. He fucking shitting me. Trump wouldn't pay a fucking dime. That's his spin now. I'm building with my own money. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. Trump doesn't spend his own money on anything. He's going to spend $200 million on, you know, on a ballroom that he's only not even get to use because it's not going to be ready in time. It's not going to be ready in time. You think that ballroom is going to be ready in 4 years? You think that ballroom is going to be ready in 4 years? He's not spending fucking shit, dude. Fucking MAGA. Believing the lies. Just another fucking lie. You're gonna fucking believe that lie, Oshia. Believing a lie. Let me go ahead and believe another lie. I got another bridge to sell you. Travis gotta fucking pay for it with his own money. Oh God, you're so fucking dumb. You're dumb. You dumb. I love calling Siri dumb. Hey Siri, you're dumb. All right. Let's see where we go here now. Exactly. He's got to pay the contractors. And he can't. And the thing is, a private person.
Due to the loss of workers.
All right, let's go here. All right, we got it on this page. So we're here at this is at the Fukui. This is like the Fukui offices, I guess. This is kind of like a, what's the word? Did I have the, Ah, shit. Where's my piece of paper? Make sure this is the right place. Make sure this is the right place. All right. Look at this water system they've got, this pipe system here. I don't know why they ran it like this. Why didn't they run it on the inside? Really strange. I don't know why didn't they run it on the inside. Why did they run it on the outside? Where is this? John. これここここ違いますあ、違いますMizuki 1745どこここはい So oh. Upstairs? Fourth floor.
West
Side, okay. So out the elevator, this side?
Yes.
Okay, fourth floor. これ英語勉強ね。上手。Fourth floor. Fourth floor. So I don't know if we have. Explain in Japanese. I'm here to about getting permission about setting traps, and I needed to come here and then go to Sakai government offices for agriculture. Here is the letter from the village that says it's okay for me to set the traps to remove the foxes that are threatening the levee. Say that in Japanese. ChatGPT. Why is it bottom? Why is so lit? なんで? Okay. Hey.